What's up, guys? Alex here. Today I made 37 euros or dollars on GBP USD for the day. And if you were trading Forex today, then you know that today's price action was just absolute terrible. Like, yes, we had like a pretty decent move up. If, I don't know if it's a retracement or, it's a reversal, but I will go into the two of the trades that I took today in a second. But man, today's price action was just I would say boring. Like it was not terrible, but it was just so slow that it made it look like it was terrible. Now, I took two trades, both on GBP USD. I was also looking at USD JPY, but it didn't really show me much, to be honest. Um, but yeah, let's just go to GBP USD. And also, if you trade at Euro USD, man, if you catch the trade, I'm really proud of you. But anyways, so we on the 4 hour, we were coming from a pretty move down, and we actually touched this 4 hour fair value gap, and there are these lows, which if you go to the 1 hour, you have these 1 hour lows, and you have this 1 hour unmitigated fair value gap. You have this unmitigated fair value gap. Price came into it, it swept these lows, and it started having some bullish momentum up. So I scaled down to the 50 minutes, and market opened right here. Okay, market opened right about here. Let me just mark it out real quick. Let's see. So market opened around here. So I was really looking at, okay, what is price going to do? Where are we actually going to? Now the thing is, if I go to the higher time frame, okay, I was actually looking for, okay, what would a really strong draw of liquidity be to the upside for eventually to continue lower? Because to be honest, if I zoom out, I will be bearish, of course. Now we have this 4 hour and 1 hour unmitigated fair value gap. We have multiple small ones, but to be honest, it's a pretty big move to just predict and expect for price to shoot up in one go. It's not how it works, at least most of the times. So I was looking at, okay, are we just going to sweep Asia highs and go lower to Asia low? Or is there a strong draw of liquidity to the upside since we had this higher time for liquidity sweep in this unmitigated 1 hour fair value gap? So, or it's not completely unmitigated because we tapped into it once, but there's still a lot of room into it. So I was like, okay, what makes sense? And I scaled down and everything, and then I saw these wicks. Now these are news wicks. This is from a high impact news from yesterday, and this one as well, like this wick. This was GBP news and this was USD news, like high impact. I was live on the market when this happened and prices went crazy. So just to have in the back of my mind that, okay, news candles, those are high draws of liquidity. So this is something that we can definitely target, and it will make sense since we have confirmation from the downside, like the 1 hour fair value gap, the liquidity sweep, and overall the Asia move that only went up. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to see if we can get like a retracement and then get a move up, which was exactly what happened. Market opened, we swept 50-minute lows. Let me go to the 3-minute real quick. We swept 3 minutes. We swept sell side liquidity. We had a 3-minute inverse fair value gap, what took a little bit of time. And then eventually I entered off here and I marked out this 3-minute fair value gap as a retracement, even though it wasn't my compliments. But to be honest, for this A plus setup, I didn't really need a retracement since we already had this pretty big move up, and it made already sense to me that we would actually go to the wick highs. And then eventually prices going up. Now, to give you context, this trade that I was in, it took me 3.5 hours to actually get out. Now, I think I got out somewhere here, but because my target were these highs over here, I just want to be honest. But to be honest, it started to be so choppy and everything, and New York session was around the corner, and I actually expected the price to actually go down afterwards, which you see here, but I'm going to go into this trade in a second. So I was like, I'm good, a 1.86 RR, made a profit, let's move on, let's just get out. I'm 100% satisfied with this trade. I don't need more, I don't need less. Done. So I just exited. A beautiful 1 to 86 RR. I wanted to go for a 1 to 2 RR, so that's 0.14 I don't care about it. Okay, it was a nice trade, and yeah, it just took me way too long to actually get out. So but for this video, I decided to just make it shorter. Then price continued, and then we had New York open. Let's see. So New York opens here, and I'm talking about New York for Forex, like the stock exchange. It opens at 15:30 here, so they will be here. So you can also see, boom, there's a little bit more price momentum. Here is just a lot of choppiness. But for Forex, the market, the banks, they basically just open at 2 p.m. in where I'm located. So I actually expected to sweep out these wicks, which was the first target, these news wicks, because these were GBP high impact news wicks, sweep them and then just go down, because we were already on the higher time frame. We were already having this big bearish momentum down. So I was like, good, this is the nice retracement done. We're done with it. Was I trying to predict the move down? Kinda, but whatever I saw, it just made sense to me to go down. And to be honest, for a moment, I thought I'm not wrong because we had these huge, big displacement candles to the downside, and if you look in the 5 minutes, oh no, not on the 5 minutes, yeah, on the 3 minutes, there are one, two big displacement candles. This is a huge one, and I just basically entered all of this kind of like choppiness over here. The mistake that I made is I didn't wait for a retracement, like a retracement into a 5 minute fair value gap, just even a little bit to go to half of it, or if I go to the 1 minute. I just didn't wait for even a retracement in here, like a decent retracement. I thought, boom, we're going down. So I entered, price started chopping, and then I instantly got stopped out. So the mistake that I made for this trade is, one, I probably tried to predict the move down, even though we were coming from a pretty big move up. And two, I didn't wait for a retracement, which should have been my confirmation that we were going down. So in total, with the first win and the second loss that I took, I made like 47 euros on demo. I'm still talking on demo. I'm thinking about continuing on my funded account, which is a 5K account. But maybe I'll just do that next week. Well, it's Friday right now, so I don't really have much time this weekend to trade because the market is not open. But hey, I think it's a decent day. It was pretty boring because price action was just so slow. It wasn't bad. It was just slow, and my patience got tested to the max. Like, I just got up, I went back, and price moved just this like 2 ticks, and I was like, damn. Most of my trades in those 2 minutes, I would have already had one big displacement candle, either to the upside or the downside, or whatever. I usually like to just be in a trade for an hour max, but I just had so much confidence that this trade would just continue going up. So that's why I stayed into it. There were a couple times where I just wanted to settle for a 1-to-1 RR, which was here, which was like, it hit perfectly, like really easy in, like, from the moment that I entered, in like within an hour. But I was like, nah, it's not worth it. It's not really worth it to do that, because the proof is there. It will go up. I just tried to catch the reversal afterwards, and I thought New York session is a perfect chance to actually go for that. We had two high impact folders 2 hours after Forex market opens, after the New York banks open. Didn't really do that much, right? Let's see. No, it didn't really do that much. We had some moves down and then back up, but nothing too scary actually. So yeah, decent day for this week. Go check out the weekly recap, which will be posted in 2 days on a Sunday. But yeah, there was a quick daily trading recap of how I made 37 euros, dollars, whatever you want to call it. I know there's a difference, but you get it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on Sunday.